All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Welcome to the Inner Circle Live pre-New York session. I'm your host for this morning's session, Benny Allen, along with my awesome partner, Mr. Ryan Carthage. And we're definitely happy and grateful for each and every one of you being here with us this morning as we take a look at the technicals and the fundamentals to see what we can take advantage of in this Forex market. So, without further ado, let's make sure that we turn off any and all distractions. Grab a pen and paper, take lots of notes, and as always, let's make sure that we participate and engage right out the gate. Let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. Drop me a one in the chat if we are all good. All right. Good morning, Kay. I see the one coming in. I appreciate it. All right. So the sound is good, at least for Kay, right? I know that she can hear me loud and clear. Raphael, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So as always, we look to take massive action in the Forex trade room, and that stands for something, right? It stands for accepting all possible losses before entering the trade, preparing you for any outcome. It reminds us, right, to center ourselves in body, mind, and spirit, assuring a balanced approach to trading, and that we need to trust in our education, strategy, trading skills, and intuition, and that we should always imagine our trade successfully materializing, and that we obey our trading strategy, avoiding decisions based on greed or fear, and that we want to make sure that we are never, ever looking back, right, or stopping once our trade has commenced. So I hope everybody is ready to go, right, for this morning's session. Let's figure out what's going on out here. It has been a super busy week for me. So let's check it out. So the Forex Factory, uh, Thursday, right, 3:30 a.m. We had the SMB Swiss National Bank, right? We remember they were the first ones out of the gate to cut rates in this latest cycle of rate cuts from major central banks. They cut again, right? Another 25 basis points, which was in line with what was forecasted, down to 1%. Uh, Now, over on trading economics, right? Those of you who've been trading with us for a while, we know how the Swiss National Bank can be, right? Where they will step in a lot more often than other central banks, right? To prop up the currency, to strengthen it or weaken the currency. So you can see here that the Swiss National Bank cut its key policy rate by 25 basis points to 1% in September 2024, a third consecutive reduction, and pushing borrowing costs to the lowest since early 2023, in line with market expectations, right? But it's always about the path going forward, right? Policymakers added they remain willing to be active in the foreign exchange market, okay, as necessary, market as necessary, and further interest rate cuts may become necessary in the coming quarters to ensure price stability over the medium term. The central bank noted that inflationary pressure in Switzerland has again decreased significantly compared to the previous quarter. Among other things, this decrease reflects the appreciation of the Swiss franc over the last 3 months. Inflation in Switzerland eased to 1.1% in August. The central bank revised its inflation forecast lower for 2024. Forecast for GDP growth, however, maintained around 1% for 2024, 1.5% for 2025, right? So we know that's a key factor too when we talk about countries and their economies, that GDP is important, right? So only 1% in 2024, 1.5% 2025. But they are willing to remain active in the foreign exchange market, meaning that, if they have to increase or decrease their foreign currency reserves, they will do it in the best interest, of the country itself and the Swiss National Bank. So that's what happened there in Switzerland. Also coming through 8:30. Okay, for the dollar, we know it's just bouncing around. We'll take a look at the DXY final GDP Q over Q and unemployment claims today. So the projected for unemployment is 224,000. That's the forecast. We shall see. The previous was 219. So a projected increase. We'll see if that happens. And then final GDP, the forecast is 3%. So we'll see how that comes through. We do have a whole slate of central bankers talking today: Collins, Kugler, Bowman, Bauman, however you pronounce it, speaks. Chairman Powell speaks at 9:20 a.m. Waller is speaking. ECB President Lagarde is speaking today. Barr speaking. Cook speaking. So Cook speaks twice today. Kashkari speaks, so it's a loaded day for central bank rhetoric. So we'll see what happens with that. The key one, of course, right, is Chairman Powell to see what he has to say today. Later on tonight, 7:30 p.m., we've got Tokyo Core CPI, right? So fairly busy day when you consider a lot of the FOMC members are speaking. But the key at 8:30, GDP for the United States and unemployment claims. All right. So lots and lots going on in the market. Okay. Move on down, right? I'm talking about uh, China, right? We talked about that yesterday. Huge stimulus package, and we see global stocks rise. Stocks around the world were higher amid renewed optimism in response to China's stimulus package and reports of additional measures being considered by authorities. The tech sector also saw a boost following strong sales and profit forecasts from Micron Technology. Europe stocks 50, StockX 50 added 1.5%, and in Asia, the Nikkei 225 gained 2.8%, and the Shanghai Composite was up 3.6%. Stock futures in the U.S. also pointed to strong gains at the open. So we'll see what the carryover is today. We see Brent extends its decline. That's Brent. So we'll take a look at crude. Eurozone lending growth picks up to 10-month high, right? So central banks cutting rates, ECB, and we see that the lending growth picks up, right? So it's starting to become less expensive to borrow money, right? I haven't had a big chance to read more into the details regarding that, but anytime, right, we see those interest rates starting to creep down, right? We hope to see gains in certain areas in lending. So why not that? All right. Any questions regarding the fundamentals so far? No? All good? All right. Got it. So let's continue to move on. Take a look at the DXY, right? Continuing to bounce back and forth. We'll see if the data coming out of the US at 8:30 today can serve as a catalyst to push it right either lower or higher. But we just need the market moving, right? We can make money on the way up and the way down. When it's trapped in a range like this, kind of bouncing back and forth, makes it a little bit difficult, right? So we would like to see a breakout either way, right? Doesn't matter which way to me, just break out somewhere. But right now it's just been bouncing around, right? Pretty much the same levels. Any questions on the DXY? No? All right. All right. Nope, no questions. Okay. I want to take a look at, well, first let me take a look at these Aussie pairs, right? As we know, right, Australia, right, largest trade partner is China, right? So the impacts of that stimulus, right, can add to the strength uh, of the Australian dollar. So let's take a look at our Aussie CAD play to start out. We know we've been, even though we're seeing some strength, because they've gotten out of Canada, right? Some data uh, that's favorable, right? As of late, right? I know I've been extremely bearish on the CAD for the most part, but they have gotten a little bit of positive data. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. But this Aussie CAD play, right? To the upside, playing along. Now we're definitely uh, a bit overextended, but fundamentals kicking in, right? So we got the technical side, the fundamental side. Again, I expect that Aussie dollar to benefit from the optimism coming out of China. We know we've been long on this Aussie CAD play. Was wondering if it was going to turn over, but you can see here this new high. This is that second candle to the right, and it's moving high, right? So we'll see if it'll take out this high candle here, just center high candle, today, right? But we can see it's getting a boost, so it may just stay parabolic and stay up above the 80% for a while and get a bounce, like kind of like we saw here, right? At this level, right? We know once it gets up, sometimes fundamentals kick in, it can stay overbought for quite some time. So we're gonna see, but it plays right into the 4-hour scenario on this long um, Aussie cat play, right? Beautiful swing off the 61.8. This has been running for quite some time. We can see here around this 127, we started to consolidate a bit, but we can see, right, the boost, right, that Aussie is getting. We've got a 4-hour stochastic in the buy zone. So this one may just continue to make its run, and put in a beautiful low here on the 4-hour. Right, you can see the stop has moved up, and we'll see if it carries through and take out that high like we saw on the daily and head to that D extension. But that's a huge move, right, off the 61.8 area, uh, coming out right to the upside. You're looking 280 pips right to the correlating D extension, which is the 1.618. So we'll see, right, if it could keep that momentum and continue to push long. Any questions on the Aussie cat? No. Looking at this Aussie Swissy, okay, continuing to move long, right? Coming off the low, push along again, a bit overextended, but we see how, right? Once the market fundamentals come behind it, right, it can stay up there for a little while, right, and continue to move towards higher targets. Okay, so we've got a previous weekly support level here that could become resistance, right? So it's looking like it wants to move up and test that level. Here's another 4-hour play, right, that we've been paying attention to, right, and it is moving along, right? So we got this W type formation, double bottom type formation off this monthly support. We had past resistance becoming future support here on the pullback, and we've been moving up ever since. So we definitely expect that to move to the D extension, right? Hit our buy zone, 1.618 area, right in between the 50 61.8. I mean, and we look forward to move towards that 1.618 D extension eventually. Right? So that's where we are on the Aussie Swiss. Any questions on the Aussie Swiss? All right. Again, another 25 basis point cut coming out of the SMB. So we'll see if it can continue to ride the momentum to the upside. Look at our Aussie yen just continuing to run long, right? So we got next level right, 99.97, right, is that previous high. Definitely looks like we're gonna push there. This one is overbought at 100%. So at some point we'll see some relief, but we can see, right, how things are just running. Oz is definitely benefiting, right, from a lot of things right now, right? So we've run to this D extension on the 4. We got to pull back to a 382 weekly level there, and we just continue to run, right? Here we are. Look at the huge, right, bullish candlestick, right, that came off that 382 bounce, and it just ran. Okay, so we hit the D extension, which is why you no longer see the fib highlighted, right? So we can come down to the 1 hour. We've already got a new fib here. Okay, so we look for pullbacks and continuations on the Aussie yen, right? Do we push, right? Do we push into our 80-20 zone and then correct? That could be a possible setup in the future. Then do we get back to the low price and get long from there, right? So just a wait. So if you've been holding this bullish off the lows, right? Congratulations. It's gonna probably keep running, right? Will we see corrections? Yes. Right. So depending on what you have in your trade plan, what time frames you're trading, maybe you're out of this trade now, waiting for a pullback. Maybe you're holding it, waiting for a pullback to add to your position. But this trade is definitely running long. But just know, right, with a lot of these pairs, these Aussie pairs, we're way overbought. We've got fundamentals really, really driving things right now. At some point, we will see some sort of corrections, right? Any questions on the Aussie yen? No. All right, moving down to the Aussie NZD. Okay. Running, right? It's pushing, right? Okay. But no, right? New Zealand, right? They can benefit from what's going on in China as well, right? As China is their largest trade partner. Okay, so right now we see that the Australian dollar right now is winning the battle, moving to the long side, but we are, right? We know that we've been overbought and we're turning down, so maybe we go back up to retest this resistance level here, this monthly level. What is this? When I last updated, kind of it clicked off all of my price levels, right? So I have to turn them back on. But 109.42, that's the monthly level. It looks like it wants to get back to retesting that area. We know how this pair can bounce back and forth, but right now on the 4, we've got a beautiful play, right? Right into our buy zone, 61.8, pull back here. So if we break through that monthly level, right, then maybe we get a correction and a continuation, right? But that's the current fib running to the upside. We know how choppy this pair could be. Sometimes it could be just like that Euro GBP pair, right? Aussie NZD. Right? A lot of similarities, both commodity currencies. Both have China as the largest trade partner, same region, right? So oftentimes we can get it, we can get these ranges and then the breakouts to the downside or to the upside. This one could be kind of crazy to trade sometimes, but right now that's what it's looking like, right? The Aussies winning the day. Has a greater benefit right now. And so we'll see if we continue. But just know that this level here is key, right? This monthly level. Right? We break through that, we look to continue through our push zone. Our C to D push zone, A, B, C, D. Right? That's what we trade. Any questions on the Aussie NZD? No? All right. Good morning, everybody that joined us. Appreciate you being here. All right. Moving to this Aussie dollar. Right. Okay. Same narrative. Look at this long play here. Right? And we see the boost that it's getting today. Okay. So we got the pullback, and now we've got the boost, right? Same thing across the board with these Aussies. They're a bit overextended, but we got some good fundamentals running behind it right now. And we'll see if we can push higher. Right. So we don't have a swing high officially yet. You guys know what that looks like. And we'll see if we can push through and push higher on this setup. Moving down to the 4. We can see where we're getting a bounce. We don't have a 3-2 yet. This is off this 236 area, but you can see, right, the beautiful, right, U-turn that's occurring with these Aussies, at least early morning. Across the board, you can see how everything's kind of lining up the same on the 4. So we're overextended on a daily. We got some strong fundamentals running behind it right now. On our 4-hour, just pretty much across the board, we've got a stochastic in the buy zone. So we may see this continue to push higher. We'll see if we can get beyond that big boundary. This previous move finished out, right? So we can take this out now and move it up. This is ultimately our next D extension, potentially, depending on if we get a further correction to the downside or not. We know we don't have a 3D2, so maybe we start to tap out a little bit at this 80-20 zone in the future and to move back down. Kind of hard to tell right now. But good momentum, right? Starting out the day for the Australian dollar. We'll see if that maintains itself as we move through. Again, U.S. data at 8:30, and we've got a lot of central bankers speaking today as well. Any questions on the Aussie dollar? No. Ryan,
No,
good
sir.
morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, bro. I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Man, doing great. Always glad to be here. So
Yes, sir.
Anything fundamentally, man, that you were able to read yesterday or overnight?
No, nothing. Nothing major. Just looking at the reaction from the S&B decision,
Yep.
which was expected. But that's it for right now, man.
Okay. All right. So we'll see what happens as the day goes on. A lot of data. Again, a lot of central bankers speaking today. So we'll see if it has any impact or creates any volatility in the market. Appreciate you.
And no doubt, appreciate you.
Yep. All right. So let's take a look at commodities. See what's going on here. So oil, right? Boom, move back down, hit that level, right? So this potential crown, right? This ABCD move couldn't get it to push higher. Couldn't get it to push higher, at least yet, right? But this is declining. I'm gonna take this off, right? Because we moved right up to our 382 on this 80/20. I thought we might get a higher move, but once we there we go. Let me take this off now. But once we came right back into this level that we had highlighted, we got a rejection, right? I wanted to see it move higher, right? It's to get short, but we rejected. 80/20 played out nicely to that 382 level, but we couldn't get through, right? We couldn't get through, and we moved back down. Forming support on the weekly. Let's I keep forgetting that I'm working these out of the same chart now. All right. Yeah. So look at our weekly. Joyce saying, hey, we're forming that second candle, trying to hold this level. All right. But we will see if that holds, Joy, right? If we close out today below, right, or close out the week below that level, that may lead me to believe we're gonna move lower. Right. The low on this candle was 65.26. So we'll see if it holds. Thanks for the heads up on that, Joy, because we have gotten rejection at this level before. This is yep, 67.59. So we'll see. Right? Maybe we get range bound in between these levels. Let me look at commodities, look at crude. 67.6 on Thursday, extended nearly 3% drop from the previous session. Decline followed news of the top exporter Saudi Arabia was dropping its crude oil price target in preparation for increased production. All right. Additionally, Libya's rival factions have agreed on the process to appoint a central bank governor, which could ease the oil revenue crisis and restore exports. There are also lingering demand concerns, particularly in China, despite the recent monetary support. So kind of along the same lines that what we've been talking about. But that's news to me, right? Saudi Arabia is dropping crude oil price target. So I think that previous price target, if I'm not mistaken, right? I'm not sure if you remember. I think it was like they had $100 per barrel price target at one point.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was.
yeah. So yes, okay. Thanks, Joy. So yeah, for them to drop it in preparation for increased production. So we'll see, right? We know we had talked about it before with Libya, but then that kind of fell off. But it seems like things may be back in the works. So we may
So
see further declines. Go ahead, Ryan. I'm sorry.
that OPEC plus that increased production was supposed to happen this month, but they pushed it to October. So that might be
Okay.
what they're talking about.
Okay. So we'll see. We will see. Hold on one second here. All right. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Well, right now, technically, look, we're moving down. Joy pointed out this key support level. Be interesting to see if it holds. To see if we hold up what we're looking like on the daily. We may see further declines there. Joe, we're gonna watch this level close. That's a beautiful U-turn off that level. We get below there, we're gonna stay short.
I got my eye on it.
Yeah, I may take. I mean, see how that candle closes out today on this oil play. On this oil play. So that's oil. Uh, gold. You know, uh, it looks like we. It looks like that 2600 was a long time ago now. It continue. It continues to run higher. We're moving into an 80-20 zone here on the 4, right? But gold is continuing to run. We'll see if we get any type of correction today. Like I say, with the GDP data uh, and the unemployment numbers coming out of the United States, since this particular gold play is against the US dollar, right? So we'll see if it has any impact on that. But we're reaching a critical level. This 127 zone on this new fib at 2673. It continues to run long. Some of you, if you didn't get out at the 2600, just continue to move your stop, right? Move your stop up, let it continue to ride until it comes down and takes it out, right? But it's been a really nice ride this year for gold. Any questions on gold?
No questions, but I just have to say that's a nice run.
It is. Yes, sir.
Next
I
time,
would agree. What did you say next time?
yeah, definitely next time I'm keeping my eye on this one now.
Yeah, and so I tell you what, man, if those rates continue to come down, right? You know, you've got some global concerns. You know, we'll catch it on the next correction. I tell you that on the next correction. Uh, Joy said if Aussie strong gold will be too. You've got two commodity currencies, Joy. Not always a correlation there. Um, but you've got commodities running pretty good right now, right? So if we move over, we take a quick look at the quant and we take a look at the heat map. We've got gold, right? Your copper, look at copper, silver, right? So we've been talking about silver. Look at platinum, look at gold, right? Running to the upside. Okay. So and now you've got uh the stimulus coming out of China giving it a boost. So running pretty good. Running
And
pretty good.
that's what
Hmm.
high interest and low yields, right?
What'd you say?
That's when the term comes of high interest and low yields.
Well, your interest rates are coming down, right?
Okay.
So your
Okay.
yields, right? That's right. You're starting to see that with the yields, coming down. So you almost got it. Almost got it, right? And so we'll uh we'll continue to watch it, but it's running. It's running. Yeah. So let's see how that continues to go. That's gold. Looking at our silver play here. Now this is a crown that is definitely playing out, right? To the upside. That's gonna hit that 34 uh dollar for troy ounce, right? Target. So that's moving pretty good on the silver play. Just continue to let it run, right? Continue to let it move on our 1 hour, right? Pushing higher. Look at that huge bullish candlestick. Now we're moving a bit sideways. Moving a bit sideways on that gas, right? But hey, man, the fundamentals are supporting it. It's continuing to go long. I know Jeremy's been sitting in this for a long time. He's got a higher time frame target on it. Tyrone, did you ever find a way to get back in this or no?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Congrats for sure. Drop sevens in the chat for everybody. All right, let's got it. Let's got it. It's running long. Good job. So we will see how it goes. Still holding. You guys are awesome. Yeah, you're awesome. Joyce says she is still holding. Look at that. Right? On the daily. Okay, I'm just gonna take this fib out. We got that pullback. It's overextended now. Look at that running. Listen, it's it's running fast too because we were just talking about not too long ago, right? This level here. And hey, are we going to get through this level or is it going to correct? And it has just gone parabolic. Look how fast we've gotten. Man, I thought it was going to take a little bit longer, right? For this next resistance level. Look at that. So said it got cold in Detroit. Right, right. And so we're not that hasn't even Joy bringing that up is an excellent point because we haven't even you know the seasonality is on its way to kicking in, but we're not even in full blast yet, right? So that's been a great setup, right? A great setup. Okay, the future is bright. I'm telling you, in the Forex trade room, hang in there. Here's the GDX, right? The gold ETF, right? Some of you are trading this on his way, right? To that extension. Continuing to push 42.72. All right. So that's running long, falling right in line with that the XAU USD setup, right? It's now moved beyond 2600 and this GDX play is continuing to move as well, right? So just cleaning up across the board, right, on these commodities that we're following. That oil play again, man, can we close below that 67.59 level? Lining up on the daily for a continued move to the downside. So we'll see, right? Beautiful U-turn from the daily look, right? So that's that on commodities. Moving on, taking a look at take a look at these indices. This is just insane. Right? Look at this run. What a recovery, right? What a recovery. S&P continuing to run long. I'd say that's going to hit that target, 59.13. Oh, that is unreal. We're headed there. Right. Unbelievable off the last low. Unbelievable. Anybody still holding the S&P long? Maybe it's an ETF that's tracking it, right? But it's continuing to move. Right? Beautiful. All right. Let's look at let's look at the Nikkei, right? We talked about that this morning. Listen, everybody. Look at that pullback and now the C to D push. Right? It's a 4-hour chart. We break through that. Hey, everything's benefiting from that boost coming out of China. What is that? 41,398. 41,398. ABCD, everybody. Same thing over and over again. Okay. Move up to the daily. Take a look at where we are. long. So we've got a daily D extension that's going to be higher than that, right? 43,637. So first target 41,398. Then we got 43,637. It's a beautiful run it's making. Beautiful run. Okay. Taking a look at the US 30. It's pushing long. Pushing long, right? See if we can get a correction. Let me run down. Let's run this off the low. All right, so here we are. It's the fib. Another C to D move. US 30, 44,075. Running long. Looking good. Looking good there, right? NASDAQ 100. Long. High, what is that? 2791. Looks like we're headed right back to the retest the highs. What a recovery, right? Buy when others are fearful. Buy when others are fearful. Does that make sense? Drop me a 1 in the chat. Right? Buying when other people are fearful. This is running big time. Okay. Let's catch a daily fib on it. $21,618. Previous high. All right. Clean this up and take these other fibs out. What a recovery. So we look like on the NASDAQ. All right. UK 100 still ranging. Right? Not much there. Right? Not super clean on the UK 100, so leave that one alone. The Russell. Right? Just continue. Oh, he's doubled up. Let's work through the different time frames in the same space. Let's get this cleaned up. That's your daily look there when you put the fib. Right? Here's the recent low, moving higher, right? So we're correcting. Now listen, we've got this one moving down, right? But look, we're approaching, right? Getting back to being oversold here soon. And you can see how we've got a slight correction there. Okay. So this one is one to keep an eye on, right? Because if we get back into that buy zone and we form this support here, we're going to look for this to continue. Okay. Again, we'll see, right? Russell small caps, we talked about that when we had pulled back to that deep retracement. Okay. And we said, hey, this Russell is a good play. Right? And so far, it has worked out pretty good. So let's move down to the 4 to see what we're looking like here. We got some sideways movement. Right, so this is all types of crazy. It's not a good look on the 4. But here's our recovery happening here. So we'll just run this off the support and resistance because this one shot up so fast. This should technically be another fib, but then it would have gotten taken out. And now we're recovering to the upside, right? So we'll just, it's pretty wicked move there. On that pullback, I am looking for this to continue long, like so. Extend it like that. We already have a 4-hour low, and you can see we're pushing higher. That's a 4-hour level there. Push beyond and take this down to the 1. This is already starting. Pretty good U-turn off this low. That should be 4-hour low there. So if I drop it down to 15, that evening start type scenario there coming off that this 80-20 area, right? We didn't get the extension yet. Just trying to look to see where we might be able to catch a pullback on it and a continuation. So maybe on your 15, maybe on your 30. If you play in the higher time frames, right? Then you just wait at that level. Yep. So there's a 30-minute 80-20 set up here. Get that down like that. So that's a possible 80-20 play either way. Right? Whether you shorten it, right? Off the 80-20 zone, back to your 382 target 61.8. We'll be waiting on the low price to get long. Right? So I want to see that eventually continue to move high there. Here we are. GR40 moving higher on the daily. That looks good. Finally picking up some steam. All right, so let's work our way down through the time frames. See what we're looking like. Put the fib on it. Long. Look at that. These setups are looking really nice. So look for pullbacks and continuations. Look at that back to that zone around that 61.8 area. Right? Here's our last low, right? So if you're just planning swing highs and swing lows, there's your U-turn, moving long. Okay. Longer term play, hit your key zone, let it run. Shorter term plays, right? You catch your lows. You can also use these levels to add to your position. Okay. Everybody follow me on that. Drop me a 2 in the chat. Multiple ways, right? Multiple ways to get it done. Just be consistent, right? That's all we ask. To be consistent in your approach. Okay. SMH, right? Semiconductor ETF that I never moved over to the ETFs, but just left it there, right? Look at that beautiful A, B, 80-20 play back down. We got an A6 retracement, recovered. As long as we don't take out the A, it has no choice but to go our way, right? Didn't take our A out. A, B, C, 8-6 retracement, D, 118 extension we've got a new fib, right? So we look for pullbacks and continuations, right? Continuation. So there's a previous level, daily level. Let's see. Price point on that. 247.81. Okay. 247.81 is that level. Wonder if we get that pullback before it moves through. Not sure. But that's where we are on SMH. Any questions on any of the indices that we covered? I know that last one wasn't one, but nope. All right. So the markups are looking pretty good. Move over. Take a look at some ETS. All right. Right. Energy, right? Look at this on the daily. Overbought. Okay, moving down, right? Looking to form a high here. So keep an eye on that. On our energy sector, do we hold here to form support? We've got our stochastic that is overbought. Do we eventually get that second candle, right? To close and move lower. So let's watch out for that. This might be, right, that lull that you sometimes get in the in-between time, right? Before we really move into the fall and the colder weather and things like that. It's always typically a little bit of a lull, right? So we'll see how that continues to move over. Also, too, right? Look at the financials. This one is a good one, right? So we already have two candles to the right. This is short. Right? I missed this one. Ryan, did you play this one at all? I did not.
I did not get into that one.
It's
No,
moving
I did not
down.
get into that one.
I'm gonna leave it alone now. This is we'll see, right? Where see if we can get this to pull back. So I missed the short play. So see if it forms support here. Okay. I can see that holding, getting back long. So I'll revisit that one in the future. There, right? Because this was a double top, right? Where price just collapsed and sold off. So we'll see if we here it held again at this level. See how this just moved down, everybody, but then we couldn't close below. And then we moved back up. So this is going to be a key level, right, for XLF. There, let's look at utility sectors. Let's look at how do we end up down? Right? Tech was up, utilities again. XLU, yep, there's that bounce there. Right, so we saw that gain yesterday. Here's a new low. Things aren't quite lining up yet on the daily here. Right, kind of moving sideways, stochastic moving down. That may be one for the future that we keep an eye on to see if we can get long on that. We do industrials down, finished down yesterday, but that's been a pretty good run. So I wonder if we form a high and get corrective, at least right back down to retest. Right, this level here. Right, so this is a future key area. Has resistance become a future support? We'll wait and see there. Okay, as we looked, we pushed back through this high. And can we come back down to retest this level? We'll see if we can get an alignment. If it wants to move down, I think I'll wait. I'll wait on that one. What else do we have? Healthcare, right? Down almost 1%. Here we go. Yeah. Man, missed this one too. Missed this one too. Adobe, I think is still bouncing around, right? If I'm not mistaken, Ryan. I didn't get a chance to look at that one.
Yeah, it's
I'll
still
go.
bouncing around.
It's still bouncing around. Hasn't taken out the low. So we'll see. That one's still bouncing around, Joy. Look at this here, though. Look at this one here on this healthcare and this correction. Key level. I'm looking at future setups now, everybody, because I completely missed these. Right. Hopefully, some of you might have seen it, took advantage, but that's a clean double top there. Right. Leave it shallow. Potential buy zone. We'll see. We're definitely oversold. Okay. Man, that was a good play. Missed these across the board. Right. What else? Man, everything was down. Technology. Here. So this is one that we have been playing for the most part. Ryan, did you close this down, or you're still riding?
I'm still sitting in that one.
Still sitting in this one?
Yeah.
And that's gonna continue to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're holding above that level. That looks good. That looks good. So
Definitely like a nice breakout above that level though, but
yeah, for sure. For sure. Yep. Like that one. So tech is looking good on the recovery. Right? Tech is looking good on the recovery. Um let me see what else. XLY, consumer discretionary. Hold on one second, everybody. All right, sorry about that. So moving over, this is down. Consumer staples was down. Discretionary was down, slightly, but this one has been moving up pretty good, right? You guys remember we talked about this last week, right? With interest rate cuts, consumer discretionary, right, can benefit from it, and it has been, right? So slightly down yesterday, but for the most part, this one has been moving up, pretty good. Here, let me move down to the 4. See if we're running into an extension. Yes. Yeah. Right. So we get an extension. So, but I don't know how deep that correction is going to be. Again, these are set up nice because you have to pay attention to all of these zones here, right? Just being a good technician, realizing, right, past resistance becoming future support. So what we should have here now on this 4 is the C was this was our lowest point. We do have a new swing high, right? So we should look something like this. So if we correct it down to this level, we'll be around that 32, 38.2 zone on that, but we'll see. Okay, so key levels to watch as I do expect consumer discretionary to continue to benefit, right, from the rate cutting environment. So we shall see what's going to happen. What else do we have? Goes out, cover. Okay. That's it. That's all I've got. Anybody have any questions regarding anything that we covered today?
No.
No. All right, Ryan. Anything before we close out, sir?
no sir. Great session, bro.
I appreciate it. Hey, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Know that we have, again, just as a reminder, we got a lot of Fed speak today, a lot of central bankers speaking. Even Lagarde is speaking today, a lot of FOMC members. We had a rate cut, 25 basis points from the S&B. And then at 8:30, we've got final GDP, Q over Q for the United States, and unemployment claims. With that being said, everybody, don't just count your pips, but indeed count your blessings. See you all tomorrow. Bye for now.